because, well, nothing's perfect, but just strive to be excellent, better and better. Okay. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. So the course looks at different business structures. So some of you may already have set up a business, but if anyone could tell us what are the main business structures that you might be likely to set up? Does anyone know?
Sole trader, partnership, limited liability company.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks very much, Marnie. And Marnie, while you're still on, do you know what the pros and cons of each of those are?
So sole trader means that you can kind of start off by yourself. You don't have commitments to other people, but the con, but you can employ other people down the line. And there's less paperwork involved in setting up as a sole trader. So it's an easier setup process. But the downside is that you are personally or can be personally liable. So you really need to look into making sure that you have, good insurance if you're a sole trader. So a partnership is kind of a next step up, is my understanding, and less complex than a limited liability company, but bit more paperwork than a sole trader, but also more protection than a sole trader. And then a limited liability company, all the liability rests with the company. It's more complex in terms of setting it up and also in terms of regulatory compliance. How'd I do?
Beautiful. Yeah, that was a lovely answer. Brilliant. You can do the rest of the session if you want to, Marnie.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a great answer. So yeah, sole trader's nice and easy to set up. Minimal paperwork, but the main con is that you personally are liable. So if you own your own home, if you've got lots of assets, probably safest to go with a limited company from the outset. Partnership doesn't really remove your liability, unfortunately, Marnie. So it doesn't necessarily protect you anymore. In terms of liability, it's very similar to being a sole trader. Again, it's quicker and easy to set up, as Marnie said, than a limited company. One thing to say about partnerships, and let's see who we got. I think Manu is setting up with his friend, or did he say brother? So they might think of a partnership or a limited liability company. One thing that's important to say about partnerships is that it's really essential, if you do decide to become a partnership, to make sure that you've got a really strong partnership agreement in place before you go down that path. It's really, really common for partnerships to have major disagreements. And I think something like 30% of partnerships have major disagreements within the first 3 years. So that partnership agreement will ensure that you have a process there in order to resolve any disagreements. It really can